Today's class will be on biopsy. The topics covered under this is definition, rationale, methods of biopsy, what is the common mistakes we do and how to avoid it, and also what are the tissue alterations that have been encountered before the biopsy, during the biopsy and after the biopsy, and also what is dentist's responsibility in doing a biopsy and how to interpret and what are the dangers encountered during biopsy. So first we are going to see the definition. So the definition is removal of living tissue for laboratory examination. You have to keep in mind it is living. Okay, if it is a dead tissue then it is called autopsy. So the definition is removal of living tissue for laboratory examination. So rationale is that the dentist is solely responsible for the diagnosis. He has to make a decision whether the clinical diagnosis is more than enough to go ahead and do the treatment, or if they are not sure then we have to go ahead and do a biopsy. Okay, so we shouldn't make some mistakes which is a very legal liability. So for example, in some cases like severe periodontitis, it looks like severe periodontitis with grade 3 mobility, but it may be a case of malignancy under the alveolar socket. And also it is like a cyst, dentigerous cyst. Sometimes it may be a odontogenic tumor. A white lesion may be a pre-malignant and malignant lesion. So do not make a mistakes in doing a diagnosis. Always do a differential diagnosis and justify yourself what is, and then come to a definitive diagnosis. If you are not able to do a clinically a definitive diagnosis, it's better to go ahead and do a biopsy. Okay, any tissue when we are removing surgically, it is always a rule to send it to biopsy, but most of us are not doing it, but we have to follow this rule. Any tissue which is removed surgically from the human has to be sent for biopsy. Biopsy plays a major role in the diagnosis of cancer because it is a sensitive technique. Okay, and what are the methods of biopsy? That is excisional biopsy. Excisional means a small lesion. Consider this as a buccal mucosa. A small lesion, the whole lesion has to be removed with the margin of normal tissue also. The whole lesion is removed. So excisional biopsy. Incisional means, okay, there is a big lesion, but you have to remove the part of a lesion for the pathological diagnosis, but it has to include the normal tissue also. There is no point in taking only the lesion without the normal tissue. So you have to include either it's an excisional biopsy or incisional biopsy. The normal tissue inclusion is the must. Okay, incisional biopsy can be done as a pie shape or it can be done as a elliptical shape. Electrocautery, the major disadvantage is that while doing a biopsy with electrocautery, there will be a coagulation injury to the tissue, and then it will ultimately lead to, for example, a small tissue you are removing, the margins will be coagulated with electrocautery and there will be a little tissue left after the fixation, and the pathological diagnosis is impossible in that particular case. And punch biopsy is that there is an instrument, a specialized punch in which it has to be kept perpendicular to the tissue and then rotated with the downward rotatory motion, with a firm rotatory motion. So the portion of a tissue will be there in the punch, and then we can remove the tissue from the punch and send it for cytological biopsy. And also needle aspiration. Either we will be mostly doing with the bore needle, wide bore needle, and we have to aspirate. Negative aspiration has to be done. Either it will be a mucus secretion or it may be a blood or the exudate, and also sometimes air also. Based on the content and the examination, we can come to a conclusion with a definitive diagnosis. Curettage mostly we will be doing in the bony lesions like cyst. So a portion of the bony lesion can be sent. Okay. So these are the excisional, incisional, electrocautery, punch, needle aspiration, curettage, and exfoliative cytology. Next video we will be seeing in detail. Okay, so these are the methods. Next is the mistakes what we are doing. So while doing mistakes, it's going to alter the tissue. The tissue should be as such, okay? If you are not transferring immediately to the formalin, okay, most of the 3 stages we can split and see. One is before the biopsy, during the biopsy, and after the biopsy, what are the mistakes. Before the biopsy, do not apply any povidone iodine or local topical anesthesia, or do not infiltrate into the lesion, okay, it will distort the tissue. And also during the biopsy, do not be careful that fragments of enamel or ground particles of the dentin and bony fragments should not be included in the tissue. It shouldn't be contaminated with the other tissues, okay? And also electrocautery, you should be aware of coagulative things. And do not crush the tissue. Always use non-tooth forceps. Do not use tooth forceps to hold the tissue. And also do not puncture the tissue. Always you should, for example, if you are taking hold with a suture material, the suture puncture should be placed in the normal tissue, not in the lesion, okay? And also we have to gently handle, do not tear the tissue, okay? If you do all these things, then the artifacts can be prevented. And also unwanted tissues like calculus and the powder from the gloves should not be included in the tissue. You have to be very much cautious. And insufficient tissue should not be given. You have to adequate tissue, at least it should be more than 3 mm, not less than 2 to 3 mm, okay? And wrong tissue should not be given. A normal tissue should be included. Not only the depth should be more, including the connective tissue. Only epithelium if you give, diagnosis cannot be made. So it is to be deep enough to include the connective tissue also. And also the lesion should be adequate. Lesion tissue should be adequate. You take a normal tissue adequately, but you take a portion of a very small amount of a lesion, then it will be inadequate for the alteration. Then after the biopsy, okay, what is the mistakes we are doing? Lack of fixator. We have to place the tissue immediately in 10% formalin. Do not wait so much, okay? And also the volume should be sufficient. The volume of the solution, the formalin solution, should be 10 times more than the volume of the tissue, okay? Do not place in the water saline, isopropyl alcohol or methyl alcohol, okay? If you can use, if your formalin is not there, you can use ethanol or spirit alcohol in the proportion of 20:1, but do not use water, isopropyl alcohol, methyl alcohol or saline. Do not use that. Do not add water to increase the volume of the formalin, okay? It will lead to the autolysis of the tissue. The next one is that it doesn't happen in our situation. In a cold countries, minus 11 degree, the tissue will get freezed. So to prevent this, we can add ethanol to the formalin so that it doesn't freeze and cause tissue alteration. Okay, this is the tissue alteration, the mistakes we encounter before, during and after the biopsy. And what is the duty of dentist? Okay, we have to follow all the instruction whatever we have read so far, and also we have to include the history, demographic data of the patient, clinical impression, what you feel, along with the differential diagnosis. You have to send the photographs and also radiographs related to that case, and any other investigatory reports also. If you have to forward it to the pathologist. Okay, if you are not able to do this, do not attempt it, and you can refer directly to a specialist. Okay, and how do you interpret? The reports has to be read fully. Okay, sometimes the clinical diagnosis would be totally different from the biopsy, but biopsy is so reliable, so you may ask the pathologist to repeat the biopsy or to review the sections again. Okay, so interpretation when compared to the clinical diagnosis, if biology both should be and collaboratively thought and then come to a definitive diagnosis. What are the dangers encountered in biopsy? If you see a hemangioma-like lesion, do not operate by yourself. Kindly send to oral surgeon. Okay, and also if you are sure that it's a case of a cancer, do not do an incisional biopsy. You do a brush biopsy, and then with a definitive diagnosis, you can go ahead and do a resection according to the severity of the tumor. Okay, because if you probe like incisional biopsy, it may be a chances of metastasis to occur in other places. So this is the overall view of biopsy. If any doubt, kindly comment on it. Next video will be on exfoliative cytology. Thank you.